In 1987, Capcom would make a decision to branch from only focusing on arcade titles and enter the home console market. Capcom had previously only worked on porting their arcade titles to the home console market, but this would be the first time they would develop a game straight to console. They would put together a 6-person team tasked specifically to design a new video game for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Of the 6 team members was an artist, a recent college graduate who had previously worked on the Street Fighter team. He would design and illustrate all the game's characters and enemies, as well as the game's logo, box art, and instruction manual. He said in an interview, "We didn't have a lot of people, so after drawing character designs, I was actually doing the dotting for the Nintendo." He stated, "Back then, people weren't specialized, and we had to do a lot of different things because there were so few people. So I really ended up doing all the characters." When creating Mega Man, he would take inspiration from the manga series Astro Boy. His design for Electman was inspired by American comic book characters, and Dr. Light was based on Santa Claus, and Dr. Wily was based on an evil version of Albert Einstein. When deciding on a name for Mega Man, they originally considered Mighty Kid, Knuckle Kid, and Rainbow Man. The idea for Rainbow Man was because Mega Man would change into 7 different colors based on the different weapon selections. The Mega Man series is famous for each boss having weaknesses against another specific boss's weapon. This was originally inspired by the game Rock, Paper, Scissors. The project supervisor used this because he wanted a simple system that would offer deep gameplay. The composer for the game would create the music and often found herself frustrated by the limitations of only 3 notes being available at one time. When she found herself unable to write songs, she would switch and create sound effects for the game. I'm sure if you're an avid fan of Mega Man series, you're probably thinking to yourself, all this is good, but Mega Man wasn't originally called Mega Man in Japan. And you would be correct. It was originally called Rockman, but Capcom changed the name when it was localized for distribution in North America. Senior Vice President Joseph Morisi had taken credit for the name change and stated about the original name, "The title was horrible, so I came up with Mega Man and they liked it enough to keep using it for the US game." When Mega Man released in 1987, it was met with very positive reviews, but sold very poorly. The game's original artist would blame the poor sales on the horrible cover art. Due to the rushed localization of the game in America, the president of Capcom USA forced the marketing department to design a cover in 1 day, and so it was drawn in about 6 hours. It was so bad, it has been repeatedly called one of the worst game covers of all time by multiple publications. The game would receive very little marketing except for a full-page advertisement in Nintendo Fun Club News, but it would eventually gain momentum by word of mouth and became a sleeper hit in the video game community. Even though the sales were poor, Capcom would approve a sequel to the game. The sequel would be so successful, it would solidify the Mega Man series as one of Capcom's longest-running franchises ever. To finish us off, here are some quick facts for your enjoyment. Mega Man would be the first game to feature a non-linear level select option. The original Mega Man takes place in 2008. The protagonist Rockman had a sister named Roll, and the names were designed to play off the term rock and roll. Capcom of America's localization team invented several elements in the NES manual for the game that are not officially part of the series, such as Dr. Light and Dr. Wily being partners, the city of Monsteropolis, and they would leave out the backstory of rock and roll and Wily attempting to reprogram Mega Man and meeting resistance. Thanks for joining me on a brief history of Mega Man. As always, make sure to subscribe, click the notification bell, and follow me on social media. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Rod here with Zivivi Entertainment. Before I get out of here, make sure to check out Digital Break for some awesome content creators. Digital Break is a 1-hour block on local TV that premiered in April. They are taking talented YouTube creators and airing their content on local TV. So make sure to follow and like their Facebook page. Thanks everyone, I'm out.